Have you ever felt like the weight of your past is holding you back? Then this story is for you. Welcome to Fluent English Power. Once, in a quiet forest, far away from the noise of the world, there lived a small, cheerful bird. Her name was Luma. Luma wasn't the fastest bird, nor the strongest, but she was always happy. She sang beautiful songs every morning, played with the wind, and greeted each sunrise with open wings. But one day, everything changed. Luma started picking up small stones from the forest floor, each stone representing a regret, a mistake, or a painful memory from her past. She thought that by carrying them, she would never forget her lessons. But soon, the tiny sack on her back grew heavier. With each new day, she added more stones, an unkind word from a friend, a moment when she failed, a dream she gave up. And just like that, the happy bird who once danced in the sky began walking with her head down, wings tired, heart heavy. She no longer sang, she no longer flew. She simply dragged herself from one day to the next, carrying the weight of yesterday. One morning, she met an old owl sitting calmly on a tree branch. The owl asked, "Why do you carry that sack everywhere you go?" Luma replied, "These stones remind me of who I was and everything I've done wrong." The owl smiled gently and said, "Little bird, these stones are not lessons, they are burdens. Lessons are carried in the heart, not on your back. If you want to fly again, you must let go." Those words echoed in Luma's mind. That night, she sat under the stars and opened her sack. One by one, she pulled out each stone and whispered forgiveness to herself, to others, to the past. And as the sack emptied, something magical happened. Her wings felt lighter, her heart opened again, and for the first time in many days, she looked up at the moon and smiled. The next morning, she flew. Not far at first, but enough to feel the wind under her feathers again. She realized happiness doesn't come from carrying your past, it comes from living your present and believing in your tomorrow. That little bird taught us all something powerful. Don't carry yesterday. Your past was a chapter, not your whole story. Let go. Fly forward. Letting go was not the end of Luma's journey. In fact, it was only the beginning. After she emptied her sack of stones, those painful memories, regrets, and wounds, she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Lightness. Not just in her wings, but in her spirit. For the first time, the wind didn't push her down. It lifted her up. Her body moved more freely, her feathers opened wider, and her heart beat with the rhythm of possibility. She took a deep breath and stretched her wings under the morning sun. The forest looked the same, but somehow everything felt different. Flying again wasn't easy at first. Her wings were stiff from years of carrying that weight. Her confidence was fragile, like a baby bird learning to step out of the nest again. But she didn't give up. Each day she flew a little farther. She didn't focus on how far she had fallen, only on how far she was willing to rise now. That alone changed everything. One day she flew over the river she once avoided. She had been afraid of its depth, afraid it would reflect all her failures. But now, when she looked down, she didn't see a bird burdened by the past. She saw a survivor, a dreamer, a soul rising above what once held her back. It was in that moment she realized healing isn't just about removing the pain. It's about discovering who you truly are underneath it. Luma wasn't weak because she had once been broken. She was strong because she chose to repair herself, day by day, wing by wing. As her journey continued, she began meeting others who reminded her of her old self, birds who kept quiet during the day, hiding in the shadows of guilt, birds who smiled on the outside, but carried invisible stones in their hearts. Luma saw their silent suffering, and she understood it. She remembered the weight, the fear of not being enough, the voice that kept whispering, "You'll never be free." and she knew she couldn't just fly past them. She had to return, not to carry their pain, but to share her light. Luma began to sing again, not the songs of yesterday, but new melodies born from wisdom, growth, and hope. Her voice wasn't perfect, but it was powerful, because it was honest. Other birds listened, at first from a distance, then slowly they came closer. She told them about her sack of stones, about the days she couldn't fly, the nights she cried in silence, the mornings she wanted to give up. But more importantly, she told them about the moment she let go, the moment she realized that carrying pain doesn't make you stronger, it only keeps you grounded. And something incredible began to happen. One by one, those birds began opening their own sacks. The process wasn't easy. Some wept, some hesitated, some clutched their stones tightly, afraid of what they might lose if they let go. But Luma didn't force them. She just stayed beside them. She listened. She sang. She reminded them that they were not alone. With time, the forest began to change. What was once a place of quiet sorrow became a home of healing. The skies were no longer silent. They were filled with songs of release, joy, and freedom. The birds that once hid now flew together, higher and farther than they had ever dared to dream. And in the center of it all was Luma. Not a leader, not a queen, just a bird who chose not to be buried by her past. A bird who chose to rise, and in doing so, helped others find the courage to do the same. But Luma's transformation didn't stop there. One night, while perched under the stars, she had a realization. Letting go of the past wasn't a one-time act, it was a daily choice. Some days, the old stones tried to creep back in. Doubts whispered. Memories returned. She had to remind herself again and again. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. So she created a ritual. Every morning, before she flew, she paused. She closed her eyes and said, "Today I carry only what helps me fly." She said it until it became her truth. And that truth gave her power, not over others, but over her own mind. That is real strength. Her story began to spread, not just in the forest, but beyond, across mountains, deserts, and seas. Birds from faraway lands heard about the light-winged one who used to carry sorrow and now carried songs. Some came to see her, others sent messages, and a few just whispered her name to the wind whenever they felt weak, hoping her courage would reach them. And somehow, it always did. One young bird, a sparrow named Milo, flew hundreds of miles to meet her. He was small, nervous, and trembling when he arrived. His sack was overflowing. Luma welcomed him without a word. She sat beside him and listened. He cried, he talked, he opened his soul. And when he was ready, Luma simply said, "You don't have to carry this anymore." Those words, so gentle yet powerful, became the spark that lit a fire in Milo's spirit. He began to let go, and soon he too began to fly freely. This became her purpose, to help others remember who they were before the world told them to stay grounded. She wasn't just a bird anymore. She had become a symbol of transformation, a reminder that even the most broken wings can fly again, if only we stop carrying yesterday. This story isn't just about a bird. It's about you. Yes, you. You who may be holding on to memories that no longer serve you. You who might be replaying old mistakes, dragging regrets from one day into the next. You who thinks healing is too far away. I want you to hear this. It's not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too far gone. Your wings are still there. Maybe they're bruised, maybe they're tired, but they are yours and they are enough. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You only need to be willing. Willing to believe that peace is possible. that change is real, that tomorrow does not have to look like yesterday. You are not weak for feeling pain. You are human for carrying it, but you are powerful when you decide to let it go. Luma's story teaches us a truth we often forget. We all carry something, but we don't have to carry it forever. We can learn, we can grow, we can rise. So take a moment today, sit with yourself, ask honestly, what am I still carrying that's stopping me from flying? And when you find the answer, be brave enough to release it. Not because it wasn't real, not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. The world needs your song. It needs your voice. It needs the version of you that isn't buried under the weight of the past. Let go, spread your wings, and just like Luma, rise into the sky you were born for. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs healing, and subscribe to Fluent English Power. You never know who might be waiting to hear this story and start flying again.